I'm Josh Paulison, and this is Inspector Josh Investigates TV. I study TV shows for writing lessons based on what their writers did right and where the script hit the fan. You know what? I actually like that. I'm pretty proud of that one. You know what? That works. And today, we are looking at Blacklist the pilot. Warning, spoilers are ahead. I hate spoilers. Do you hate spoilers? Then stop right here. We are going to talk about convenient removal. There are a lot of stories that will use this tactic, but the way that I see it being used here in Blacklist, now I have only seen the pilot, so it is very possible that things turn back around later, but is the removal of Liz's husband, Tom Keene. When he's there in the beginning, in my mind I assume that this is going to be some sort of conflict that's ongoing, because, if he needs her and if they're working together, then as looking for kids, looking over kids, then, she's got to be there. But very conveniently, he happens to have secrets. Oh, joy. And those happen to be exposed. Oh, joy again. So that means that she can work more with Red Reddington, right? Isn't that exciting? Well, it's also very convenient. And there are other stories that do this as well. I don't think it's spoilers for Frozen, but spoiler alert for Frozen, the jerk prince in it, who happens to be a jerk, the way that one of my dad's friends put it was, oh, that's convenient, because now that once you find out that he's evil, suddenly, it's not so hard to choose. I'm trying to remember the dude's name. Was it Sven or was that the reindeer? I don't remember, but it's the way of removing characters through them being evil or bad or dangerous in order to make choices easier for the protagonists. And in a way, it's not that this is an intrinsically bad method, but it's used a lot, and it doesn't give us an opportunity to see what really matters to the character. What would show us more of the character, and maybe not in a way that we would like the character more, is if we had it so Liz had to choose between her work and adopted kids. That would show us a lot more of her character, because suddenly she has a hard choice. Now the choice is much less difficult for her. A great example of hard choices is Breaking Bad. And I will say some spoiler alerts here for Breaking Bad. Walt was able to choose multiple times if he wanted to move forward or stop. Even though on the one hand you could argue, he could have just... He couldn't stop, because then he would have gone to prison, etc. He also had an opportunity for things to not get nearly as bad as they did. And he had multiple opportunities to pull out, maybe suck it up a little bit. And even though it would have sucked with debt and other things, he still had choices. I was talking with one of my friends about this recently, and how it's really powerful when you have the character having to choose between two choices. And it's not necessarily that one of the choices is better than the others. I mean, maybe it is. But to the character, are these both valuable things? And not making the choice for them so that one of the options becomes so dreadful or awful, but having it so that they are both equally appealing to that character, so you can really see what's in the core of that character. On the one hand, it's not bad to have convenient occurrences so that the main character is forced to make a decision, but it doesn't let us get to know the character as well. If we saw that Liz chose work over adoption or over her husband, that would show us a lot about her character. And we still learn about her character, but it would have given us such a huge insight into her core. And as it is now, we have a convenient removal, which on the one hand is very convenient, especially for the writers. But on the other hand, it takes away an opportunity for us to really get to know the character better. My advice in writing, if you want people to get to know a character better, have them make a difficult decision. Do not make the decision for them. Audiences do not get to know characters based on what they do, but on what they do versus the other options available. If a character is very excited about something, that only means something if they kind of have a choice in it. For example, if they're excited because, that's a terrible example. If a character has to choose between going to college and getting a lower paying job and just starting there, it doesn't mean that much if their parents are like, we're going to kick you out of the house if you don't go to college. Maybe they would still leave, and that would give us a great opportunity. But if there's some pieces that are forcing them or where they feel like they have no choice, It does tell us about the character, especially if they really do have another choice, but it's very powerful if characters have equal opportunity for two different choices, and we see which one they take. Case closed. Thank you for listening. We'll be back with another investigation tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter or check out my other great story resources on my website. You can find links to each in the episode description. Music provided by Comfortable Mystery 4 by Kevin MacLeod, Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. You can find more information in the episode description.